Me?
No, I'm just kidding. It's
Absolutely
seen hybrid.
Secretly,
we had
Nestle.
this. We had this
Secret.
spot.
What's that?
Had this spot.
okay.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I've never been so
Ben,
hyped up for water before.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just place this.
Yeah, plate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, chunking just on this side.
That's genuinely very refreshing.
Refreshing.
Yeah. Water before this point in history is probably never been like. Yeah.
I'll get a little more.
Sure, go ahead.
What's a good, like, ominous, just like dissonant but so calm.
Thank you.
That sounded good until you mess it up.
I don't even know what notes you played.
There's G and then the H right here.
H. German? Okay, that's actually. It's really simple, actually.
Okay, what is it?
In Germany, they call some notes. They change some notes,
Okay.
so they have H in there instead of G. Look.
This is holy water.
I think it's like A, B.
In this day and age, religious experiences involve multiple piercings. There's no other way to have one.
Cats, man's second best friend. But no one thought they would be harboring a deadly parasite. Toxoplasma.
Like this teamwork. No one plays the piano together like this.
Not anymore. Lost skill.
I think you guys should get on the same chair.
No, that's I'm touching your leg right now. It's making us play the same. I was kidding.
Had to check.
I think we're all set, right?
Yeah.
Dreaming.
Just gotta exhale.
Once the field of gamers and sexy girls.
Yeah, I'll slide across the C major scale in D minor. That's good.
Best water. Humanity.
How does this compare to your filter?
Why can't we get this
That
for the house?
sound. What?
Why can't we get this water for the house?
No, we can.
Oh,
It's lazy.
okay.
He's lazy dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the
What's
It's like Windows installation music.
Can you just
Yeah,
stop
dude,
making noise? for a
I
second?
feel that right now.
Yeah.
I feel like Windows XP music right now.
That sounds great.
You want me to do that the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Don't even play the piano. Just beatbox.
We live now?
I'm laughing at the fact that we have 5 streams going right now, and we have different people in each one of them. And
Welcome to the Nexus.
let's get the 5 going again, man. Let's build it up.
That means you.
It's
Not
live,
you.
right?
It's live. We're live streaming.
Welcome to computer. Yeah, dude. This is the
Do the
real
viewers
communication
know
network.
why they're watching?
This is the real network.
They know why they're watching. It's because they're subscribed to us.
This is absolutely amazing.
Glad I can figure it out for you.
This was amazing. Like this is amazing water.
It is. He does a good job. There's he came as close as he can, to getting where it needs to be. I still drink all kinds of water, but Glenn, he does a phenomenal job.
At what age
Yeah,
did
you
you
guys-
stop drinking the normal, if you will, water?
A couple of years ago,
Okay.
like about, I'd say, going on 3 years, probably, but off and on for about 10, but he's been perfecting it. He started off where it was just underneath the sink with a couple processes, and then over a decade, he just, you know, kept expanding on it, you know, and getting better and better and better with it, you know, and getting it tested by third-party laboratories as well. That's the key, you know, and just, you know, it's all about getting better, you know, no matter what you do. Keep getting better, test. Everything has to be tested, you know, practice, yeah. So if you don't practice, you know, well,
I was just
then you're
leaving
not
it.
going to get better.
It's screaming. I was just leaving it there to sort of blast some light at you, sort of light you up a bit.
Or, I mean, I don't mind. It's a mirror. Seriously. Where, are you sure you got it on?
Oh yeah, it's over on this one here.
All right. So I've done some things where you can actually, I've taken different, you know, screens and different, you can see the radiation coming out. You know, so
Really?
we're in filters, like different lighting you can see, and then it'll come out at you. Like when you use especially the Max, you'll have the X-ray, you'll have the hologram, you'll have all these things. So from what I understand and the way I see it, if you deduce it logically, they're pounding us with ultraviolet light and sound. Whoever they are, I don't ever put labels on fables. We're ineffable and incredible, and I can say it in a way, in a special kind of way on the highway. Well, no one can dispute it. It's resolute, and I salute. You know, and as long as you're the solution, you stun them with pun, getting it done is one. Unison. You know, and sun, S-U-N, and we're all sons, S-O-N. Well, that's the pun. Why not have fun? Well, hence fun church, right?
Yeah.
You know, take a perch, you know, even if you act like Lurch, you know, it doesn't even matter. Foolishly wise, in disguise, no compromise, you know, it's the way you do it.
We were talking about solutions and sort of making money online. Or
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
sphere.
So I have all kinds of content based on every subject. It doesn't matter really what it is, like when it comes to online. That's what I did. I built my whole business. I started off going door to door to door when dial-up was first out, and I was selling switch long distance. You know, I was for a Sprint reseller. Then there was TCast, and then we were one of the first ever voice over IP provider sellers, which was Gobi. They were, I don't know if you remember Gobi, but they were level 3 reseller. That's when level 3 wasn't even out yet. They were just a wholesaler, and they put in all their huge network for Department of Homeland Security and everything. So they have some of the largest peering relationships that connect everything, all these numbers and everything, you know. And it is pretty amazing when you think about it, all the numbers and letters that communicate through protocols. Now, one number is off. You know how many agreements it takes just to make one call? How many agreements? How many lines
Yeah, the
of code?
handshakes.
Yeah, all the time. You know, and if you just really think about that, it's pretty amazing. You know, that's what got me interested, and then the residual income also did. You know, figuring out how I could, because I tried all the MLM companies, every single one you can think of. You know, never had well, I didn't see it working. Me getting everyone else in, you know, and then having them charge up their cards and they never sell anything. That's what happens. You know, so the key is you got to do what you like. You can't do what other people like, but there is a solution. I mean, we all speak language, you know. I call it a language. I don't call it the English language. I just don't. Because it's not. It's more than that. It's, can't put a label on it. It takes all the words. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, there's so many different languages within the language, dialects, you know, English is a branch of it. Got to start it, but it's more than that. You got to add to the nomenclature. Nomenclature's definition, how you add more words. There's all kinds of words that haven't even been added. We can just keep thinking of words to put two words together and truncate it, shorten it, to get rid of it, combine it. That's another language. It's another word.
So
It's based on agreement.
right. So the thing with dial up and dialect
Yeah.
is that a
Correspondence.
okay?
I mean, think about it. Analog to digital, trans-digital.
Right.
Now you play the fiddle in the middle, solving the riddles.
So it's just a different way of speaking, right?
That's it. It's other language. It's all, everything's code, everything's from analog to digital, but they both connect. There's a connection. That's what all this technology enables us to do, to bridge the connections. Once when we bridge the connections, then you can communicate. I mean, look at how many languages there are that come in the middle, from all over the place, and the computer translates it. It's pretty amazing. I don't utilize it that much. I focus on the language that I know and expound on it, because you can't know everything.
That's right.
But what you do know, you should know it very well, and master it. Master yourself. Nothing else. There's nothing else to master except yourself. You can't master anyone.
Right.
That's why I don't understand why people try to do it. I've been in all kinds of positions, been taken advantage of. And, a lot of it, just because that's what we're here for, to learn people, And don't get me wrong, there's been times I let it out. I'm very loud, could be mistaken as crazy, but who isn't? At least I know I am, others.
Self-awareness.
Absolutely. Aware on the square and fair to pair like Bluetooth for the youth,
Do you have kids?
I do, 4.
Do you ever talk at their schools?
Not really.
Like the parents come in day or whatever that's called?
I talk to the parents and
okay.
I talk to the children, but I don't like doing it scripted in front of audiences. It just takes it away, takes something away. I always do things unscripted because I'm my own prescription to get rid of the dereliction of fiction, bringing in the non-fiction, science prolification.
Unscripted.
I like it.
Is like unscripted content and like improv comedy is very popular.
Absolutely.
Why?
Yeah.
Do you have a what's it about?
Well, I just think because it's more natural. It's not programmed. It's not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just,
Hopefully your kids don't become improv students. That's a bad way to go.
No, they my children are gonna do whatever they want.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I don't force them to do anything.
Would you say that it's more honest to deliver something without the preparation? Because no matter...
Absolutely. I mean, because it's real. I mean, not to say that you couldn't, write what you do down, because all my words that I'm saying right now, I say them to myself all the time. So I've had a lot of practice. So I just have a large enough vocabulary, and I've been up for a couple days now. No sleep. And I'll take whatever I need to stay up to get the job done.
So.
But I won't break the law. I won't break the law. No need to. Done it when I was younger.
Really?
Everyone has. Who hasn't?
Yeah, that's true. So is
Everyone's doing it. They're not even aware of it half the time. They just don't. People, you really have to do something wrong to really get in trouble. And Ron's in wrong. Take the W and G off of wrong. Ron's in there. So I know Ron very well. It's not ironic too. Ron's an ironic.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the irony, all this stuff.
So is the fact that if a person let's say if a person wakes up early and they internalize all of the energy and they utilize it for their own doings. Now, is that the most surefire way, in your opinion, for a person to become successful?
No, I don't like to speak in opinions, just absolutes.
Okay.
You know, whatever is correct for them. I mean, and it takes practice. Wake up one day and go, oh, I'm going to do this. I had no idea, bless you, I was going to get married. By the way, 20 years was my wife and I's.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Really good.
Yeah, it was, well, it's been real. You know,
That's right.
fun and real and fun. But, just keep saying forever young. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Alphaville.
Yeah, and, to the Zetaville. It's an alpha Zet, not a bet, And it's all about, why not be correct? Why not be correct? I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, the computer, if it wasn't correct all the time, making its calculations and sending emails and everything, what good would it be? Think about it. So everything is whatever, your divine gift. Notice the present. You can open the present that takes precedent and be your own president. See all those words, they go right, they coincide, no coincidence.
It does. It does make sense.
Yeah, and it makes sense because it will make sense too. And to recompensate, the sense with horse sense. And by the way, this is equestrian, Yorba Linda. And it's a bird sanctuary as well. Get hummingbirds that fly right by me. They come right up. And get birds that fly into the window. We had to bury one. Was it today? Yesterday.
Ford, you were asking about success. Do you want to reformulate your question?
Yeah. It's like for certain people, they have successes in different ways.
Sure.
But what is the way where in the 21st century, for example, what's the best way to become successful with information technology?
Have to collaborate. They call it a mind trust. Where everyone, I call it the cooperation operation. I don't compete with anyone. I don't want to compete with anyone. If anyone competes with me, well, rhymes with defeat. They're going to defeat themselves.
That's right.
Because they aren't going to be competing with me.
Yeah, because we're right. So if the competition is not there in the first place, then they're only competing with themselves.
And we all should be. But they don't know. They're seeing everyone else's, maybe envy, jealousy, hatred.
Wow.
I'm sure there's some friendly stuff in there, but mainly it's deeper than that because they hate themselves.
That makes sense. So it's like people put on a mirror to reflect what people say about them and they internalize it.
Well, they don't know they're looking at a mirror when they see someone else.
Okay.
I made image. We're all images of each other. Word from another brother from another mother. We just don't make anyone's mother. It's I don't like it done to me, so I don't like doing it to anyone else.
That's right.
It's I get my wife reminding me all the time. She was my biggest critic about the tone. It's why it's good. Sometimes I stay up a couple days. I'm a little bit low key, a little bit more laid back. Probably better for interviews. Because I'm
How many days is it this time you're up? This last time it was a while,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah. I got a lot of work to do.
Right.
That's
That's right.
Time isn't like what everyone thinks it is. Days and every day of the week. When you stay up a few days at a time, you just see moons and suns go back and forth.
Really?
And you can see how things change.
So the concept.
Collective, yeah, it's
Yeah.
collective. The universe, one verse. It's a closed circuit, by the way. We live on a disk, not a flat earth. The sea is level, but we don't live on a flat earth. However, we live on a disk shaped, whatever it is, whatever we want to make it is. And geometry even says that. That's why I have phi all over me. I took notes. You know, so now I tote the notes with tabs. You know, so and you got to be artistic too. You know, for me, I never even knew I was gonna get them, but it turned out good for me, and good meditation tool. You know, because it's all geometry. What we're in. You know, if you look at everything. However, nature doesn't really produce a straight line. If you look at everything, man that does. You know, so that should say something.
So, in terms of the meditation process, what is the best way to meditate?
Everyone has their own way. I'd say try everything. Like food. You know, be eclectic. You know, try everything.
Eclectic tastes.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Variety's a spice of life. You've heard that said before. I take it to heart. You know, and interesting, heart is an anagram for earth, too. Put the words, the letters together, you got heart and earth. And ear is in heart, ear is in earth. Ear is in here, here, H-E-A-R, H-E-R-E. You're here. Ear.
Do you think there'd be a correlation between the somebody's probably most effective way of meditation and the way they perceive the world? Do you think there's a definite correlation there?
Everything correlates. There's nothing that doesn't correlate.
It's true.
You know, you just have to, what do you want to focus on? See, you can only focus on, notice masculine, focus on your line. Whatever that straight arrow is, you know, through the narrow. Dividing bone and marrow and soul and spirit, even for those who don't hear it. You know, you gotta be yourself, no one else. Why would you want to be? Sloppy copy, you know? You put on a floppy, you know?
That's right.
So,
Or jalopy.
there you go, see? There's rhythm. Rhythm's a principle, and principle, you become the principal. Notice principle, principal. P-L-E, P-A-L.
So it's all helping the mental process.
Yeah, once when you get you together, then you're going to find out everything else is, well, comes at you chaotically. Because, well, we're here to fix things. Whatever they are. Our ancestors, you can't be blaming anyone though. You know, it doesn't get you anywhere. Frustration. Maybe. You know, I've thought every way out. And the only way out is in. You know, and it's not about winning. We already won. What's there to win? You know, that's all a child's game.
So it's
That's why they're
struggle.
giving everyone trophies now. They finally figured it out. You know, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, be good at whatever you want to do, what you're supposed to do, what you feel comfortable with. I mean, that's one thing that I've noticed, that someone's always willing to help, no matter where you go. I don't believe the hype, all that TV, wherever I go. I never have any issues.
Yeah.
And the only time I see any kind of issues is, well, I know it was orchestrated somehow, by design, through some sort of crisis that causes, that's a part of it, you know, but not everyone's in on it, but everyone's in it.
Yeah.
You know, so the key is, don't be a parrot or a ferret that chases carrots, but parrot and be fair with it and care with it. Now, why does that all go together too? Well, God takes the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God's inside everyone, a creator or source, where there's no divorce from the source, and no remorse for this discourse. You know, like Morse code, a la mode, in the abode, you know, whatever. Some people like kissing a toad, you know.
Don't be a chode.
There you go. Don't be a chode. I saw my cousin showed me that. I'm like, what the heck? But hey, man, some people, they got to express themselves too, you know.
Right.
And just not I'd say that's not my cup of tea. There's my plea, you know. I'm just going to be the way I'm going to be. And no one's going to stop me at all.
That's right.
I'm on my own way, my own path. To outlast, to everlast, and surpass the contrast. But, you know, give, you know, and share. You know, wherever we go, you gotta share. Besides, it gets boring, you know, if you don't. So you gotta move the board. You know, saw that chess piece. Yeah. You know, that's what it's sort of like. You know, everyone has a shadow. I've never seen a shadow, well, that didn't resemble a shadow.
Do you
Image.
right? Do you feel as if speaking of shadows, that many people that you meet have shadow people around them?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the dead aren't dead. I'm all read. Enough said. No such thing as death, except that, you know, it is a physical construct. Notice, it's a construct. It's a design. Death is a design. We're totally animated. I know. I've actually tested it out. You know? I mean, shadow and light and shadow, it's all filtered. Can't have one without the other. So, nothing but the facts.
It's the balance between them.
Everything's a balance, absolutely. Polarity, rhythm, it all goes together. And it really depends on what lens you're seeing it through. I see with my mind. We don't see with our eyes. I can tell you that right now. We see with our mind, the all sense. Can't separate, you know, touch, you know, and sight and hearing. They all go together. You know, even all those people have done so many, you know, so many drugs, you know, that have even came out and said it. I mean, let them be the witness to the fitness. You be the witness. It has nothing to do with hit and miss. If you get enough people saying the same thing that never met each other, there's probably some kind of truth there. You know, I would assume. And I don't assume. You ever see that Benny Hill episode? Assume, ass out of you and me. Assume.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm 44, so I used to watch Benny Hill late at night. You know.
it's a funny series, I heard.
Yeah. Don't watch anymore, but there's certain things that I still remember. Words. The etymology somehow just stuck with me all the way.
So, is that itself a construct? Like,
Everything's a construct, but words are also geometrical. They're mnemonics. M-N-E-M-O-N-I-C. Mnemonic. Nemo's a mnemonic. And Nemo backwards is Omen. Amen to the Omen, Alpha Omega Man. No need to contend, you know. It's where it's at. The words are there. Words don't lie. They comply. You know, like a dotting an I and crossing a T. You know, it's everyone's saying the same thing, but some people, well, they want to be right, not correct.
that's interesting. So it's more about the ego taking place in that sense.
It's even more than an ego. Everyone needs a healthy ego. I mean, it's healthy. You know, I mean, why not? You know, use your mind, whatever your gift is, if you're good at it, utilize it. Just don't be puffed up with it, you know? Because then that's false humility. You know, then you're saying that you're not good at something when you are, well, then you're lying to yourself. And then you're limiting yourself for who you're supposed to be. And not only that, you're a gift to everyone else that would be inspired by you, you know, whatever that gift is. I don't know, but I know we're all here to uplift. I know inspire rhymes within the mind. We're all for hire, you know?
Yeah. So to go through the mire is to inspire when you get out of the mire.
We're always in it. It's fertilizer.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it gets better. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Even the pigs get polished. You know, they got them on shows now. You know, they don't roll in the mire anymore.
Right.
Some pigs they get taken care of better than us. Most animals do. You know, somehow, you know, we're the biggest animals. Whoever they are, they put us here. But it's an experiment. It's an experiment. You know. Notice an alphabet. They bet. I'm not a betting man. I don't bet.
Have you before? Or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've tried almost everything that you could possibly think of to make me who I am right now. All the stuff that would be questionable, you know. But hey,
Right.
for me, it's an experience.
Yeah.
More than, and if I'm not going to take someone else's word for it, I got to be the witness to my own fitness and the litness. It's not hit or miss, you know. If you don't know you, then who does? I got to know me, you know. And if I know me, I'm going to know everyone else.
So
Don't even have to talk to them.
So for a lack of a better phrase, it's about gaining experience points to go to build a struggle in the mire, because like a struggle is important for experience.
Yeah, and as iron sharpens iron, so do friends sharpen other friends.
Yeah.
You know, there's sparks when iron hits. You know, there's going to be friction. Just make it not be fiction. You know, make it the non-fiction. Why not be the truth? You know. You know, and whatever's in you that has to come out is the truth. I'm not saying don't have self-control. Discipline's key.
Mm-hmm.
Notice, discipline, disc, IP line. Kind of ironic, huh?
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Because like the OSI layer talks about like it's a structure. It's a structure of
Everything's
discipline.
a structure.
It's
So notice disc, discipline. Discussion, disc. Disclosure, disc. Disclaimer, disc. Discernment, disc. Disc is in there.
disc is in the drive.
We're on a disc, a big disc that expands forever, any way you look at it. And wherever you're at, you're in the center.
So if we're on the disc, where is the boot media? Like the
You are. It's on the inside of you. You don't see any batteries, do you? So it has to tell you there's some bigger battery inside you that you just haven't comprehended yet. No, it's comprehend. Computer, comprehend, COMP. That's a comp. Complementary.
Consciousness, comprehensive.
Yeah, notice conscious, con-science. You got a con-science. You're the appliance. Apply the science. You know, it is, wisdom is the application of knowledge that they don't teach you in college. Not saying that college isn't bad. You know, I went for a little bit, and then ironically, he was my first professor, VP of AT&T. That says all you need is a 10th grade education, and that was when the internet was coming out.
Yeah.
Well, he taught me right into the computer, and I never looked back. So then I saw myself eventually, and I'm like, okay, enough of in there. I already know what's in there. It's coming out here. Everything. Notice, tales from the cryptocurrency. Well, they've learned how to tie everything. There isn't anything that science hasn't been able to somehow turn into some kind of profit center. I'm just telling you, it's crazy. It is crazy. But Solomon said it well, a feast is made for laughter, wine makes life merry, but money's the answer for everything. So, gotta make money. It isn't funny, but I do it for the honey and the honey. That's funny. But it keeps it sunny.
That's right.
You know.
So when a person is first introduced to a computer, is that them accessing themselves
That's
in a
part.
way?
A part.
Yeah.
Then the more in depth you get, see the internet made all of us connect, and it became more than surreal. It became ethereal. And I sell the Ethernet, so welcome to the net. And the grid's hitting your lid. You know, this is just being discovered. You know,
The internet's kind of like an extension of your brain.
of us. Yeah, mind.
True.
Because you feel it. You know, you
Yeah.
can feel the vibration and all this stuff. You can see it.
That's right.
Well,
You
it's
can
here.
see
That's
the
reason
flow.
why anything's here right now.
Everything's here. Yeah, that's why everything connects and correlates. But the more you focus on something, you know, you can magnify it. Whatever it is, you can magnify it. You know, like a magnifying glass. So you use your mind, the stuff that is incommensurable to other people, that you can't measure by any means, is commensurable in the mind. And through communication and agreement. No agreement, no achievement, only bereavement. You know, it is communication's the key, unified communications. And cloud computing, even the Bible says you come in with clouds. Well, there's always clouds, but the real clouds are inside. You know, and they come from our ancestors. They gave us words. They gave us this technology. You know, they handed it down. We're just coming back to what always was. That's the buzz. The was in the land of is. You just got to know you're the whiz. Pass your own quiz. You know?
Don't drink your own jizz.
No. But if you do, hey, whatever. You know, just don't tell anyone.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Jeez.
You know, some things, you know, people don't want to know. There's an audience for everything, but, you know your audience.
Right.
I've got a question, and I've been thinking about this lately.
And the answer's in you.
Well, I'd like some thoughts on it.
Sure, okay.
I was thinking about it. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily true because I've done the research, but I've heard from multiple times that there is a historical fear of mirrors in certain societies and cultures.
Everyone fears something. You know, me, it's probably not knowing enough. You know, other than that, fear is created. Once when you understand the science of everything, there's no more fear, just understanding. You know, fear. That's why I don't watch any of that garbage on TV. All these like horror movies and all this. Why? Why even pollute your mind with nonsense? To me, it's just.
I think you would have been good on Fear Factor.
I can be scary.
Well, have you seen Fear Factor?
I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have.
You didn't have to be scary.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but people get scared when you start doing stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They think, okay, where's his mind at? You know, if he's going to do all that, what else will he do? See where their mind goes? So, I think for people now. You know, you got to be that defensive thinker. You know, I'm not a winker. I just stare right through everything.
We had a question in chat, which was, what do you think's in store for the future of Fun Church?
Well,
honest.
the future's now. That's the powwow. Don't ask how. It's now. And whatever is created by everyone. You know, everyone is a participant, you know. You aren't a participant, well, then you're a spectator, maybe a hater. You know?
Spectre layer.
You know, I don't know. I don't pay attention. That's where my ignorance comes in. I ignore. You know, then you roar and soar from the core forevermore. You know. But truly, people don't need to be that way. They were just given the wrong words, maybe injected with the wrong vibration, you know, and they carried out the word inside, or they saw some type of image that they watched on TV, and they got infected with the radiation, you know, or some type of artistic imagery, and because they're already sick and polluted,
Right.
bad diet, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, they can't think correctly, you know. I mean, health is wealth. You know, you aren't going to put garbage in your car and drive your car.
I agree.
This is the temple. Everyone carry around, you know, the life force. Every single one of you. What's up, Hulk? Huh?
Is he okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a paranormal pug. You know, that dog just right over.
The bathroom's in you.
Yeah. Well, you can go on you, but probably wouldn't be able to handle yourself.
You
that
joke,
well.
but that's a lot of people.
Right over,
It really
right,
is that way.
and you just go in and just make no, right here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's a trick walkway. No, right there, right
Next
through
to the
there.
stairs.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Trick
Yeah,
walkway.
and yeah, make sure you lock the door. Yes, people, because there's no door
Alright,
when you
want
go
this?
up there.
Switch?
No, you were doing great.
Yeah,
Keep
you're doing
going.
good.
My hands are cramping.
But there's a
dude.
solar thing. That's why we put
I'll
that
take a
up
break
there.
for like 5
And
minutes.
The
Oh yeah. You come sit here. I'll jump on.
Oh yeah.
Someone
Oh,
asked. Someone asked, how do we rid ourselves of fear?
talk. You know, you got to read. People have to read. They have to read. They have to talk to themselves. We're filled by the fruit of our lips. You know, the more words that we give to ourselves and other people, well, church people, universe people. You know, there's no ceiling, just hermetically sealing. Sound appealing?
It does.
absolutely.
That's how it works.
I thought of something recently, and it was a test for myself to see if I could stop myself from having repeating thoughts.
Yeah.
So like sometimes those thoughts that you keep thinking about, whether it's like planning for the future or worrying about the
Yeah.
future, I thought like, what if I could just strive to have purely original thoughts?
Absolutely.
Or either I was thinking nothing, which I think is actually quite helpful.
No thing. Nothing, no thing. You got to know the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. But you can turn every word around to paradox. You're a walking paradox, bro. What do you expect? You know, we're all living paradoxes, truly. But if you don't reconcile yourself, you know, then you're just going to be hostile or volatile. That's usually what happens. You know, people take it out on the. I know I've done it. Hey, it takes a fool in order to become wise. You know, but hopefully you can learn from the fool. You know, so I look at it.
In terms of that, are people afraid? Like the fact that certain people are afraid of being wrong creates a sense of like they believe that life has no meaning because they can't reconcile with the fact that they're wrong.
I'm wrong all the time. I told you. I know wrong. Ron's right in the middle, ironically. Take the W and G off of wrong, Ron. I'm a moron and Mojo. My middle name's Joseph. So, moronic, you know, and Mojo. So, I got it all. So, see, but I've been able to decrypt myself. Everyone has their own riddle that they need to solve, you know, so they can revolve.
How do you think you should tell people this? How do you think you should? Because it's like, it's so hard to.
It's not hard.
convey it.
You have to transmute your thoughts, whatever they are, like one step at a time. You ever see What About Bob?
Oh,
That movie, Baby Steps. It's a beautiful movie. What about Bob? Bill Murray? Richard
I don't think
Dreyfuss?
it's a 20.
You got to see it. I mean, because it
Check it
is.
out.
It's truly, it's baby steps. You know, just like a baby. You know, that's why. See, having children for me really put a phenomenal perspective on things, because I actually got to experience what it's like for, well, a child not to be able to take care of themselves when they come out of the womb. Their parents have to do it for them. And then the connection that the children have with their mother. You know, it's amazing. You know, just like, I mean, nature reflects it all. I mean, nothing wrong with being civilized, but you can't take yourself out of nature. Nature's the textbook. You know, so
Dude, do not spoil the
you gotta have
I know
have
you-
perspective.
People on the floor. People on the floor. Oh, on the floor. God, he's on the floor. He's the clumsiest human being.
That's all right.
He's
So
He bullies me
He'd
for.
somehow like knock it that way and then knock it this way.
He makes fun of me because I tripped on sidewalks that had like. That wasn't
but
this.
don't keep putting thoughts in his head.
Yeah.
No,
See?
it's not. It's just
It does.
Maybe
I'm
that's
telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm not clumsy.
It
You're
works.
simply paranoid that I am clumsy.
Yeah. See, there's a paradox. You know,
you can.
but it's a
definitely-
paradox. Seriously.
Yeah.
But you got to outsmart the inner fox. You know, reconcile that paradox. You know, and the way you do that is to know that there's an equal and opposite thing to everything. Someone says a word, there's an opposite to that word, and sometimes more than one opposite. Triangulates and then squares, so you're aware. Then pentangulates. See, that's a new word.
Are there instances of where people are tacitly saying the same thing in a certain place, and then like it's how like if a guy says something in let's say PA, right, and then the second guy says the exact same phrase at the same time.
Telegraphic, telepathic, it's enigmatic, and sporadic. Automatic. It's that automation vibration. That's creation. That's a fact.
And I feel that.
It is a fact. You know, it's ethereal, for real. Hermetically sealed, revealed, concealed to appeal to the field. You know, it's I'm stuck in awe. I'll never get the sum. The sum is the sum of the hum. You know, or the mum, or the mom, or the dad, or the mad, the glad, the sad, the rad, the bad, the good, the godhood, whatever it is, you know. You never know what's under the hood. You know, that's why you never judge a book by its cover. You know, you never know what's going to come out.
Yeah.
That's why you got to be kind to everyone, you know. God takes the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and for those, or goddess, or source, you know, I'm a equal opportunist when it comes to, in my mind, everyone's God, everyone's a creator. I look at you, I see God. Because that's what I interpret as, you know, it's a good terminology to use, I think, because everyone's heard of God. Everyone agrees that there is a creator force, you know, creator source, even more importantly, a source, like source code. 0 divided by 0 is error. It's not 0. You can't do it. It keeps expanding and expanding, just like the 1, 0, 0, 1, binary, 1 through 9 on a binary dime. You know, it is. Numbers are just a way to keep track of things and to show you that things are infinite. That's all. It's a way to keep score, whatever it is. You know, have fun with the pun. You know, those zeros and ones, ones and zeros. Be your own hero. You know, it's the way You know, and be inspired, and then go inspire.
So, where is the period in time where technology and spirituality will finally form?
It's here right now. I see it. You know, people just need to be aware of themselves. The computers are only going to take people so far. It's already inside. That's just a reflection. It's a self-development tool. That's all a computer is. Self-development tool
Yeah.
and a communication medium. That's all it is. Bring humanity back together. You know. You know, find the roots. You know. Root to the crown, up and down and up.
So, is that why on certain Unix systems they have root as the like?
And then what's root backwards? Tor, root Tor, the
Take the
Tor
Tor.
browser, Tor,
Take the
onion,
Tor.
peeling the onion. You know, it all goes together,
Go
man.
ahead, show.
Every single thing. There isn't anything once when you see who you are, how nothing doesn't connect. Correct. Now, don't get me wrong. It's bizarre. It's a miracle. But it's spherical lyrical miracles. The grammar hammer. That's a jammer. MC Grammar. You know? It's the...
That's
But
really
you
cool.
can touch it and you can't touch it at the same time.
The ball of crystal fusion in your space there is that like is that for a purpose?
Which one?
It's like blue.
Oh, the ions pop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, you know, what's popping on the inside. Just another perspective. You know, for the subjective and objective. You know, being recollective and collective with perspective.
So then, I guess my final question is, in terms of all the radiation that has been stated by you, that comes from certain mediums.
We're in it.
Yeah.
We're swimming in it.
That's an behind that one.
That's why you can't see that we're totally animated right now.
Right.
Like
And
We're swimming in it. You know, it's like, think about it. Nuclear energy, splitting atoms, they're splitting all of us. They're splitting creation when they do that. Think about it. That's like it's like the biggest crime to humanity, splitting atoms. Adam
all
and
blind
Eve,
to it.
atom, well, I'm at home. And wherever I may roam, you know, I'll give the tone, you know, but it's correct. You know, that's why they want to go goal zero. I got goal zero. It's actually 5. We're already at 0. They're splitting it. Trying to split 0. You can't split 0. The calculator doesn't lie. Hello. Wake up. 0 divided by 0 is error. Not here to scare. Just to be fair. The numbers don't lie. Everyone wants to talk about the numbers. Well, take a calculator, 0 divided by 0, a good calculator that they didn't program to lie to you. You know, it is error. You can't do it. You know, it just expands. That's what 0, if you look at, that's why they can't get rid of that dot of the computer. Can't ever figure it out. Because that dot, you know, comes in the middle of the sphere, wherever the sphere is, and goes out to the radius in diameter and then circumference, and that's why everyone goes and gets degrees, so they can see 1 degree of the 360. That way, and that way, and that way, and that way, and that way. Like Ring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posy. But I'm not going to sing that nursery rhyme. That's a crime. So I'm out of my own rhymes.
That's
you know,
right.
So
they aren't crimes. They're subliminal to get rid of the criminals, to make it minimal.
So
That's simple.
why do you think we came, and why do you think Fod and I were so excited to meet you?
You know,
What-
I actually, just because, well,
What do you
You
think?
you saw someone who wasn't afraid to get out there and say or do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
really
knew that
the case.
someone and I knew that someone had to play the fool. I knew. I looked around, no one was going to do it, so I figured it was me. I raised my hand to myself because, well, I made it out here, and I know I was the first one because I was the first one to ever get commercial broadband delivered to a residence.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
So, and ironically, it went from Time Warner to Spectrum.
Mhm.
Well, we're in the spectrum, color and light. That's what we recite. Not by power, by might, not by fright, but truly, for me, it's delight. I can never get enough of myself. I love talking to myself now. I entertain myself. As a matter of fact, it was the best thing I did because I've watched myself sometimes. Man, I'll tell you, I crack up, you know? I crack up, you know? And if
Yeah.
everyone can see that in themselves, well, you can see you're omnipotent.
Yeah, in that
And
way,
you can see
absolutely.
yourself in everyone else. And another thing why I did it, because there are a lot of people who've been humiliated in life. You know, I've done a lot of things, and I'll do more stupid things. You know, I got to live up to the name moron. You know, so then you more around. That's a paradox. The moron with more on. So, you know, it's and you know, and when you got to answer for everything, well, might as well. I've read all the books, and everything's a paradox. Now I don't know everything, but I know things. You know, I know me, and I know everyone else from the inside to the outside. Now, I don't want to know some of the stuff that they do, but I know their core, what we're all made up of. Everyone knows that. They really need themselves. Having children will really help you know. That's what helped me know more than anything, having children. Now my children, well, they're my biggest teachers. You know, they've taught me more about life than anyone could. And my critical wife. No, she's never like that. She has been critical though. But the way I looked at it, her intentions were good. You know, so figure if she can put up with me, must be a great woman.
So I was wondering, in your purview, with the things that you learn, these like points and data sets.
Those set points.
Yeah.
Angels.
Yeah.
Angels, metaphorical angels.
Well,
angels.
it's funny you mention that because
Spangled Bangles.
Yeah.
Chris Krangle.
I was mentioning that because it seems like you learn more things to not learn more things also, but to like reflect the information to get back. You know what I mean? You reflect off of it.
Inflect to reflect to project, circumspect, much respect and effect. Why not be correct? Eject. You know, that's the cause and effect. Protect. Protect the ones that can't protect themselves. And you do it with sound. It's like a sonic wall that you put up there in the atmosphere. Spherical, lyrical miracles. For real.
Are you pro-gun?
I got guns, but I'm more pro-pun. Having fun with the church.
I should try that next time a guy with a gun comes at me.
Hey, listen. You want to know what? They will never come at you. Why would they? Think about it. The only way they would come at you is if you put yourself
something
out there.
with a certain word.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I think you're right.
Like feel
why would they come after?
Not unless you brought it upon yourself. I know. I've studied everything. Cause and effect. Causality is a principle. You know? And everyone plots their own death and they plot their own life. They even buy their own casket and grave while they're alive. Well, I'd rather give the hive jive,
Yeah.
you know, than Christ said that, let the dead bury the dead. I agree with that. He also said that you would do greater things than him. Don't believe it, know it. He didn't say believe it. So,
Well, that's
and a
where
lot of
our Lord
other
goes, too.
teachers, a lot of other master teachers said that too. You know, he wasn't the only one, but he was the most inspiring. Probably gave the best words, most encouragement to anyone out there. And I'm not saying Christianity because nothing wrong with Christianity, but if you know your Bible, there were no Christians, there were disciples. And the only time they were called Christians was in Antioch, in the book of Acts. It's in there only one time. And the disciples were called Christians by a secular group. Hey, that's the fact. That's the Bible. Not holy with holes, but W-H-O-L-L-Y. That's holy. Not holy. You know. And Satan is an anagram for Santa. Go figure. I've never told my kids there was Santa. Told me play Santa, but I don't want to.
Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah, I know. Because I was once young too. You know? I still think, well, I don't think I'll ever grow up. You know? I won't ever shut up. I'm a motor mouth from the south, north, east, and west, I must confess. But that's okay. I designed it that way. Hey, I've seen all this stuff out there. Why not have humor, true humor, not, you know, joking. I don't like joking. I don't like putting people down. I don't like doing that. I see what it does to people, you know. You can't take it. All sarcasm leads to someone else getting ticked off. You know, I have friends that, you know, we've raised the roof about that. You know, sarcasm. I don't necessarily care for it. That's why I'm never sarcastic. You know?
All the truth.
However it comes out. Now, just by the nature of truth, you're going to offend by default. No getting out of that. Someone will find something, you know, wrong. That's why I know wrong. I got everything, even for the haters. I'm a stater. No debater. Just an elator. Darker than Vader, but never a hater. Just a stater. Deeper than Jeepers Creepers, but Bo Peep found her sheep. You know. Quantum leap. Quantum hum, that's the sun. You know. And I have fun with the words. Go figure. The figures. You know. Just words, too. Think about it.
Yeah.
How they're delivered, though, that's a whole nother thing. You know, how you play ping and pong with singing song all night and day long. You know, King Kong, Donkey Kong. I've even hit the gong, you know, and the bong. You know, but I don't need any more. Don't need to. Got everything I needed out of everything. You know.
You found the path.
Yeah. Thoughts, words, actions in alignment for the universal infinite assignment. Compliance, alliance, science, reliance. It's like, well, the words don't come back void. We live in a toroid. It's a torus. Rhymes with thesaurus. Speaking like Horace Forrest with the chorus. So, see how the words go together? They just keep going together. Weather to weather. I started reading, and that's when they started coming out. So I figured out what it was. Well, it was the buzz that always was. So you transliterate, literally, that vibration. And it comes out in language. You know, and it comes out, well, when multiple people are around, that draws it out. can't really get it all alone. You guys passing gas?
No. I'm just laughing.
Someone is.
I'm good.
Someone was ripping some
Glad I'm
farts
down.
earlier,
I'm
dude.
glad I'm
Smelled
not down
horrible.
with it.
It's just,
Yeah, I think it was the dog. I think I actually heard the dog fart.
Yeah, blame it on the dog. Everyone loves blaming people.
That's the oldest trick.
Yeah, it is funny too though, how it all works. You know, it is well, it's alchemical and alphabetical and hermetical.
If
Using the spectacle to optical.
if some viewers were curious, what would be like 3 books you would recommend?
Well, definitely read the Bible. You
Yeah.
know, there's 66 books by 40 authors, and we now realize it's
That's cheating.
what?
In the Bible.
No, because it's cryptic, it's literal, metaphorical, allegorical.
I was just referring to
And
the fact that
prehistorical.
66 books. That was a joke.
Huh? Oh, okay. That's the New Testament and Old Testament, Old Testament and the New Testament. And then after that, I would definitely read Enoch, the book of Enoch, the Gnostic Gospel, and the Kabbalah. You know, all this stuff, it goes back. You know, the Emerald Tablets of Hermes and all that stuff. It's there's so many books though. I mean, but Job is the oldest book in the Bible, okay? And no one ever goes, but it takes precedent where God and Satan work together, which there's a paradox, you know? And so this play that takes place is exactly what you see on television, in the movies. Someone makes the good, someone makes the bad, and it's a drama. Well, I got enough of my drama from my mama. You know, I don't appreciate the drama. I've watched it before, but it doesn't even hold my attention span anymore.
So the Bible, what next?
Just
limited to 3.
I would say the Kabbalion, K-Y-B-A-L-I-O-N, because it deals with cosmic principles.
Okay.
If anything, if you had a choice, I would read that before the Bible, because it gets science in there first, so you don't become superstitious.
That's right.
You know, notice demon is in demonstrate, so keeping it straight. You know, it's not good to hate. You know, just elate. You know, instead of being irate. You know, just be great. Whatever great is to you. You know, set your own standard, but level is level any way you look at it. L-E-V-E-L, both ways. So just like a foundation. So I even practice like what I did at home. See, everything is straight up, hermetically sealed all the way around my home. Run on solar too. Solar, stroller, you know. Holy roll, you know. W-H-O-L-L-Y. Very important word.
So you
don't go to Whole Foods, H-O-L-E, do you? Go to Whole Foods, donut shops maybe. They got holes.
What were you asking for?
I was gonna. How much of this is off the grid? None of it, or?
Yeah, I have 500 watts off the grid.
Oh.
Goal Zero. Literally, that's why I brought up Goal Zero. See, I practice
Yeah.
what I speak. But they forgot about 5. What about 5? PHI even spells it geometrically. You know? They didn't teach that in school, did they? Never taught 5. That's it. How would you ever understand geometry if you didn't know about 5? Even logically. Think about it. So, I made sure I took notes all over me. Because, for my own sake, no one could ever talk me out of it.
Right. That's right.
You know, it is fun.
I asked them to ask questions.
Oh, we're just talking, you know, being a little spocky, not cocky, you know.
That's the best way to put it.
Selling me Rocky.
So I guess this is a bit of a uninteresting question, but where would you say is the best place to live was?
You know, wherever you find a place where, I always like to say, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. You know?
Yeah.
You know, California, you know, after watching the Beverly Hillbillies, California is the place you ought to be, so they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly. Hey, if the Beverly Hillbillies made it out here, I think everyone has a shot. But you got to be you. Can't be a fake. There's too many of those out here.
Yeah.
Those won't make it. The fakes, well, they cancel each other out. They actually attack each other after a while.
NPCs.
Yeah, it's what is that?
That's a non-playable characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they don't. Well, they try to play you. That's what they try to play. You know, and it's interesting. They think you're a game, but it's not a game.
Do you keep up? Do you keep up with any of your friends from high school?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have, you know, all my friends, you know, that I went to high school with, they're either on Facebook or I go see them. Yeah, I get along with everyone. There isn't really anyone I don't get along with. They may not get along with me. I still get along with them.
Wow. Yeah. That's good.
You know, I mean, somehow, you know, they won't come around me. I'll do something to them. You know, I'll irritate them somehow. I'll say something they don't like eventually. It's the power of the word, you know. You know, I just say what's on my mind, and well, I say it to me first. I just look at them and tell them the truth. So I like to say I'm the clear and near, black seer. Have no fear, you know. The near is always here, you know. Ears and near, ears and fear. We fear what we hear. True. Sound. People, you have nails on a chalkboard, all this stuff. Why do you think they play those things in the movies? You know, they get you into that, and it goes in, well, and it starts getting embedded in the subconscious. You know, it doesn't affect me, you know.
Yeah.
I've built my own core. See, you got to build your own core, your kernel. You know, like a kernel.
Yeah.
Notice there's a kernel in the military and a kernel in the software. Talking in general.
I think it's like
Come on, let's do it.
talking about laws of nature. It's like the path of least resistance. Everything takes it. So everything shares the same patterns because it's like water flowing. It's
Absolutely. Notice currency, current. In electricity, there's a sine wave.
Come on, Ashton.
S-I-N-E.
Play music.
Ooh, kind of close to sin, huh? In math, too. That's not a sin, that's a sign. And it rhymes. Was that a sign that it's a sin, that it's a sign that it rhymes? That's not a crime. Why not shine? On a binary dime. You know, be prime.
So I've got one last question. I think people are ready to move on, are they? Okay. Have some honey in them all. But so so if everything does correlate, but should we search for meaning
In you,
but in correlation?
In you, wherever you find that you need to fix yourself. Ice Cube had a good song. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know, things like that. You know, you just never forget. You know, they rhyme and they're true. You know, that's how you have a clue in the zoo. You know, like the Guess Who. There's no boo. Just you. You know, unless you want to go there. Everyone has a choice. It's up to their voice. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. I know. Solomon had a good one too. You know, the race isn't for the swift, the battle isn't for the strong, the food isn't for the wise, Wealth is unto the brilliant, and favor is unto the learned. The time and chance happen to them all. And chance is only a law unrecognized. So that's a principle. Notice, know the principle, you become the principal of your own code yard. Whatever your code is, that's who you're going to be. Whatever you take in, whatever you give out. There's no accident there. That's design. That's a fact. You study everyone where they're at. It's what they said. It's what they thought. It's what they gave. None of us are perfect. But we're not a mistake. We know that. That's a fact. But how much pain do we want? I guess that's what it comes down to. A lot of people are, well, from what I witnessed, they're just numb. They're numb because we're being bombarded with things that no one will ever speak about because they don't even know the words how to describe what's going on and what they're doing to us. With light and sound. There's light out there, laser light, I'm talking, that will, well, it'll even make the animation look like it's not animation.
That's great. That's a good place to stop.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
This is
It's been a
amazing.
very interesting and enlightening experience.
Yeah.
It's always enlightening, frightening, exciting.
Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it strikes twice.
Eternally inviting. If you get hit by lightning, that's a good thing. I'd say it's a sign. That'd be a good sign.
Probably not much else.
But literally, we're in lightning. We are in it.